Hi and welcome. Today we're going to look at how to find email with the open source intelligence tool called the Harvester and another one. Watch the video till the end to get it all. So let's get right started with this. So the tool called the Harvester is a very interesting tool that's developed by a Christian guy called Maturella, I think the way to pronounce it. Sorry if I did it correctly. The tool can be used to search for different kind of things, different kind of search engine. It's kind of a really good tool to look for email addresses if you are trying to find a certain amount of email addresses for a particular company. So let's assume that you are looking for email addresses for the company called Kali.org, which is the IP address that hosts Kali.org web images. So we're going to use that as example case today. Then basically going to go ahead and just type the Harvester. And then do tag H to see the different help options. Now you got to supply at least 3 option tags. So the first one is a tag D. It's for the domain. That would be kali.org. Next one would be length. I would suggest you do something like the default is 500, but if you want to use less, let's say you only want 100, or maybe it's a small company, so no reason to look for more than 10, then you can set the limit for L and the number. So I'm going to say that is kind of important for your search, because search engines these days also got some sort of, reCAPTCHA. You cannot, search too much in a search engine for something specific, and it will just stop up and say, hey, are you doing this, with a intentional eye, are you the one doing it, or are you being malicious? So they're gonna test you. Now, in the old days, more search engines on the tag B, which is the third one I would suggest you to use, the source, had like LinkedIn and Google and stuff. So for those, we cannot use the Harvester, at least not the version that I have, which is the newest one. So basically, you're gonna go ahead and let me just clear the screen for you and type in the Harvester with the capitalized H. If you don't do it with the capitalized H, you would guess something like this. So we basically just say that it's deprecated, use the Harvester instead. Let's just do that and pasting the Harvester. So we're gonna go ahead and take the first D, kali.org, L, let's just do 50, and B, let's do that on Bing. So basically we're saying like search for everything that is from this email address, this domain, sorry, kali.org. I want to limit the amount to 50, and I'm going to use the search engine Bing. You basically just press enter, and the tool is going to run pretty fast, get back to you. Now in this particular case, we didn't find anything, no IPs, no emails, which is, well, I guess they're hiding it good. But we did actually get some, hosts we could look up. But this is not this is not, we're not really trying to look for different kind of domains, but we do have the IP addresses and stuff, so let's just leave them as they are. Now if you want to try other, let me just clear the screen for you, search engines, there's a possibility to go back and say, which was it then? So it's the ones called, let's say, Bing API. I don't know a lot of these, but it is a possibility. You go to like Yahoo, for example, and you go like, okay, so Yahoo, and then you give another one and didn't find anything. Now you can also try other domain names, and this is basically what I would suggest you to do. I'm gonna keep it ethical here, so I'm not really gonna do a lot of stuff, but I'm just showing you how to use the tool, what it's worth, and what it can do for you. So that's really one way. Now another really interesting tool that I would like to show you is a tool called hunter.io, which is a web page. So let's go to web page. I'm going to restore this session to get my stuff back. So hunter.io. Now what you're going to do here is just type in kali.org. Let's just do that one more time. And I wouldn't be surprised if you found a lot of stuff. So just going to write that domain name in, find email addresses, and then it's gonna basically find a lot of email addresses. Now if you want to remove this censored part of the email, you have to create an account and log in. But I guess you could probably use this already. You can even go ahead and see where it found it, different kind of sources, and you can, I guess you can just click one of them and just I guess, search for @Kaylee, wherever the search bar was. There we go. So we have one here called Doogie, and you know, that is Devin Kearns, and so you have the first email address here. So finding email addresses for different kind of people can be very interesting. You know, I actually heard it before that this particular page here is better than the tools you download. So I want to say, like, this lesson is also about, don't trust all the tools you just get to click a tool, run a tool, and that's it for you. Maybe sometimes you need to do something more, you know. Try a web page. They're not that bad these days. A web page is running the same amount of code for you as a tool could do. There's actually even a, you know, a user interface for you. So I want to say this is a really good tool, something that's going to give you a lot of results and stuff like that. Other worthy mentions is tools like Maltego. Now, I'm not going to open it or do anything with it, but we've got just go. I think it's installed. I'm not Maltego. Yeah, well, I can open it, but it's a tool that can, you know, also look for different kind of open source intelligence searching for you, so you can find, you know, all different kind of things about people. It's kind of scary to use. I once tried it on myself and was like, oh my, what could I not find? So if you just, you know, go ahead and run the free version here, which is the one that I would suggest you to choose because I haven't bought a license, then we just do like accept and next, and then it's gonna, you know, prompt to log in and so on. I haven't really used it on this machine before, so I'm not really going to do that, but you know, Maltego is another very interesting tool to use, worthy of the mention. Not going to go through it, it's not a part of the video, but if you want to look at something that is a bit more interesting or just thorough to look for email addresses, that is the way to go. Another way we could look for an email is just go to Google, like google.com, you know, that is really easy, and go to kaylee.org and maybe just try and write the word email, you know. And then it actually shows you that you can use this email harvester to find email and stuff, so you're gonna get the tools. But you know, what you could do is like go to Google and say using Google to find email addresses, and just follow whatever, you know, way you can get. So 30 ways to find an email address, and then you can go on this page here, for example, and it can help you to find, you know, an email address. It even shows you to go to, looks like the domain that I just talked about, I'm not really sure. Email lookup tool, yeah, so use one of those, or you know, there's different kind of tools you can look at, you know, and I just suggest you go ahead and do that. So don't stick to one thing, you know, do more than that. You can even use Twitter, you know, and yeah. So finding email addresses is not the hardest part. You know, the last thing I would like to mention is doing it yourself. So let's open up a text document. I just pick, you know, anything here and zoom in. So you got some names now. So you probably got my name, Daniel Ellebeck, and then you're gonna figure out my email address. Okay, so where do I work? Now I work at CBH Business. And how do we know that? You know, so first of all, let's just start with the idea that you do know my name. So you're gonna go to Google. All this is public information, it's not really doing anything particular. Just put my name in there, and basically you will see that I'm the first hit on LinkedIn. This is me. I work at Copenhagen Business Academy. I'm an assistant professor, which is the Danish word for that. And this is not me. This is not me. This is me having a Udemy course, actually. And you can see I have different pictures here, me there, and there, you know, also other things, you know, popping up here and there. Some of them are mine, some of them are not mine. If you can read Danish, you know, basically gonna see here you got the find employee, and you can actually see my email address right here for my job, which is DAEL. So I'm just put it in, and that's really it, you know. So you can also go ahead and just take these and say like, okay, so the first two and the last two is gonna get the same. It's thing for you. So basically, this is this is the way you can also combine, you know, names and email addresses. So we can try another one called Marie Bo Hansen, for example. What could her email address be? So let's say that her job is also CBH Business, just DK, and they have an @ sign there. Now it could be like MABH, it could be MABO, it could be MAHA. So we're gonna try a different kind of combination of this. It can also be that it's MABH A, but I don't think you're gonna go 5 letters. Depending on, are there more people named somewhat close to this, then you would need to put on a different combination. That would be the manual way. I would definitely go with this one. I think, all honestly, I think we'll go with this one first. But that is just, you know, a suggestion, and this is the manual way you can do it. You can pretty easily create a Python tool to do this, and just instruct it to take this as strings and split them, and just take the 2 first letters if the word is more than 3 letters, and if it's less than 3, 2 beyond, you know, it's gonna take the first one and so on and put on, and just got concatenate stuff. If so, there are employees with really weird names that I really like. Sometimes you put, you know, you totally skip this one and you go BOHA. But that is a bit extreme, but it does happen. Just gonna say this is the way you're gonna find email addresses. You can use different kind of tools. You can also, the hardware to find, you know, domains and stuff, but this is just beyond what I'm going to talk about. The idea is now to find email addresses to use for that, to generate, you know, logins or find usernames and stuff like that. That is a part of the OSINT, the passive reconnaissance. So I just want to say I really hope you liked the video. I'm going to see you again in the next video.